I'm a mad scientist, and I've taken a lot of abandoned, discarded, half-broken computers, wired them all together. That's what all these wires are. I made a super duper computer. I'm a mad scientist. I've got a super duper computer. It predicts what people are going to do into the future, and run the program backwards. It tells you what happened in the past, and you can find out why. For example, if Columbus had not been bitten by a mosquito, America would not have been discovered. But also, if Pedro, now you don't know who Pedro is, but if Pedro had not been awakened in the night by a cat howling outside his window, he would not have bumped into Columbus the next morning and said what he said that provoked Columbus, who had just been bitten by a mosquito, to realize that if only he had financing, he could mount an expedition to find a trade route to the Far East by going west. Instead of going east, he would go west. But he needs some money because it would take, he figured, originally he was going to go to the east with a fleet of a dozen ships, but he couldn't interest anybody. He Columbus opened a YouTube channel to try to wake people up and try to get the word out, and nobody responded except some cranks that left negative comments that it wouldn't work. But enough about Columbus. What I want to do is tell you about my super duper computer, and it predicts the future, of course, with a very high degree of certainty. Very likely, I call it 98% certain. I can predict the future with 98% certainty. And I've used my super duper computer to check out the IPCC's predictions of the climate 100 years from now, and they're a little bit off. They don't quite agree with my super duper computer. They only have a supercomputer, and they're focused, of course, on climate, and they can't tell you geopolitical events 100 years into the future. They can't run the program backward and explain in infinite detail how all the random chaotic events like mosquitoes and cats howling in the night had a profound impact on the outcome of so-called civilization. And I got to go into town tomorrow and buy some more wires and splice them together. This is how I cut the wires with my box cutter to wire up more hard drives. I'm going to dig around in the discarded bin of computer parts in the back of the computer store in town to get more hard drives so I can make my super duper computer even better.